Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Todd Spitzer back in the saddle as an Orange County Board of Supervisors member. He's with us here now to get an update on what he's been up to and what he's planning to be up to soon.
Leslie, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for being in here. What do you see as the most important things for the people in Orange County, the important issues?
You know, I really am very concerned about public safety. The state has basically taken, and they're opening the doors to our state prisons. We're sending a lot of prisoners back to local county jails, and it's overwhelming our system. We're $10 million short for our county jails in terms of what it's costing us. We're not getting enough money to the state. I'm concerned about that. The state's not necessarily taken care of its function for transportation. That's why we have so many toll roads in Orange County. I'm working really hard on the 91 express lanes to try to increase mobility through the corridor between Orange County and Riverside County, the Inland Empire, and have direct connects between those 91 express lanes and the 241 toll road, so you don't have to get off the 91 express lanes to get to the toll road. And then I'm also working on, besides public safety, transportation, I'm also working on drunk driving and other aspects of public safety to make sure that when people are driving on their streets, they feel safe.
In regards to the jail realignment, pushing some of the state prisoners down to serve their time in county jails, what effect are you seeing that having in Orange County?
Well, the police chiefs of Orange County got together because they're really seeing an impact in our local cities, and they already are telling us that overall, on average, they're seeing about a 10% jump in crime. And the individuals from Sacramento who support these, great ideas as social experiments, but we're the ones that pay for it and we're the ones that suffer, they're saying, oh, no, those statistics can't be right.
But in the end, what can you do about it if it's being put on you by the state?
Well, what we can do is say, look, you've got to give us the resources to take this on. We have to have enough policing. Just because you take somebody who would have been on parole coming out of the state prison system and you call them a probationer because now we're monitoring them at the county, doesn't mean that that person has changed their stripes. I mean, there's still a person who could be dangerous in our community.
So
we still need the resources.
As far as the DUI, you're involved in enforcement there. What do you think about changing the limit for the blood alcohol content from 0.8 to 0.5?
Isn't that interesting? The National Traffic Safety Board just came out with that statistic, and they said, if you have, basically it's a person my size, 185-pound male, one drink, I'd be at an 0.5 in an hour. It's basically one drink an hour. And I can tell you, it's the old adage, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers is pushed, is if you're buzzed, you're not safe to drive. And I think that anybody understands when they're drinking, for anybody to say they're not feeling the effects of the alcohol is pretty slim. So when you have a motor vehicle that weighs over 2,000 pounds and you have alcohol on board, it's probably not a good thing. I mean, I think the whole idea of not drinking and driving is what we have to adhere to. Do I think it's going to catch on like wildfire and we're going to go like we used to be 0.10 as a nation, now we're 0.08. Do I think we're going to go 0.05 as a nation? I think that's going to probably be harder for states to swallow.
What are you doing in regards to the John Wayne Airport curfew issue? You talk about transportation.
Well, if you think of the corridor, you have the departure corridors like Newport Beach and Costa Mesa that deal with the departures. And if you've gone out of John Wayne, well, you're like this when you're going out of your seat, right? Because it ascends like a rocket. But I have the approach corridor. So my communities, Anaheim Hills, North Tustin, Orange, we care deeply about the approach corridor because we don't want to listen to those jets approaching to land at John Wayne Airport past 10 o'clock at night. So I'm working diligently with Costa Mesas and Newport Beach to protect the curfew. We have to have a curfew at John Wayne Airport.
So you want a quicker descent into John Wayne too?
Well, I don't know about the descent. I mean, the thing is the engines are much more quiet upon arrival than they are departure.
You wanted to get, getting back, the hikers who disappeared.
Oh boy.
You wanted them to have to pay for their search. That is a great expense to the
We're going to be over $300,000 at what these two individuals, Sandoya and Jack, what this man and woman did.
But do you think that's a good precedent to set if you have people responsible for their...
I think if you engage in reckless activity, you have to be held accountable.
All right, Todd Spitzer, thanks for joining us
today.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Leyton.